They were once allies and running mates going towards the ANC's watershed 2017 ANC conference in Nasrec as president and deputy president. But the camel's back seems to have been broken and reached a point of no return between Lindiwe Sisulu and President Cyril Ramaphosa. Lindiwe Sisulu's comments on the judiciary seem to have irked the president, saying that he had diminished the minister, but the minister coming out and saying that is not the case and the president is simply lying as she did not agree to withdraw her comments on the judiciary.
It is very, very unfortunate that a statement from the presidency has such weight. But like I'm explaining to you now, the minister has not apologized. She has absolutely no intention to apologize, and she stands by what she has written.
But the presidency says they stick towards their comments. Minister Sisulu is not also backing down and going forth with her comments on the judiciary and saying she will not withdraw her comments.
How will the president respond to this after in the official capacity of the presidency it was said he had a meeting with the minister where the minister unreservedly apologized, and then a few hours later the minister said, no, this is a misrepresentation. So clearly we are waiting right now, we are waiting to hear from the president what is the next course of action, because clearly so he will have to act.
She's launching her presidency campaign towards the ANC's 2022 December elective conference, set to begin on the 16th of December, where she is set to challenge President Ramaphosa for the ANC's top job. Samkele Maseko, SABC News, Johannesburg.
All right, then let's indeed speak to Samkele Maseko. It seems that the story is a moving story. Samkele, very good afternoon to you. I mean, what is the latest now at this point? You know what, I'm smiling because of the fact that last night, I was up looking and seeing the exchange of statements. At some point there was silence, and I knew in the morning there would be a response from Minister Lindiwe Sisulu. Has anything changed from this point? Because it seems to be an ongoing, moving story. And I know that our colleague Natasha Piri was staying up, changing and, being criticized and told she's lying on social media. But it was the truth. It was just changing and changing. And so where are we now, actually?
It seemed as if the autonomists are not autonomist at this point in time, as the autonomisher has been autonomist himself by the Minister Lindiwe Sisulu. In essence, Lindiwe Sisulu defying the President of the Republic of South Africa and the President of the ANC, saying that she had not agreed to retract her views and her comments, particularly around the judiciary, and criticizing the judiciary and the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, saying that the media team within the presidency was very mischievous in the statement that they wrote. To the spokesperson of the minister, Steve Mutale, saying it was very unfortunate to have such strong words in the statement of the presidency, which means the minister was autonomist in that first statement that came out in the office of the presidency, led by Mondli Kungubele and Nongceba Mohlauli, who's the spokesperson who issued out that particular statement in the form of Minister Mondli Kungubele. And later on, when the Minister of Tourism, Lindiwe Sisulu, came out and saying that that statement is not entirely true, she has not agreed to withdraw the statement, is a misrepresentation of her meeting and her views with the president. And later on this morning, rather last night, again, the presidency issued another statement in saying that they stand by their earlier statement and they've got nothing else to add. We've tried during the course of the day to get comments from the presidency in the form of Minister Mondli Kungubele. Our calls went unanswered. We went to Nongceba Mohlauli, who was the spokesperson in the minister in the presidency. She simply said that they will not be taking any media or broadcast interviews when it comes to their statement last night. And Minister Sisulu also on the letterhead of the Tourism Department issuing out another letter today on that letterhead, saying that the presidency's media statement was very mischievous yesterday, which further sharpens the political machinations of the governing party going towards their 2022 December conference, which is set to begin on the 16th of December, where Lindiwe Sisulu is alleged to be launching her campaign to challenge Ramaphosa for the presidency of the African National Congress.
Let's forget the presidency's media team for a second, right, Samkele? Was she actually even admonished to begin with? We know, we understand, and the minister said it herself that there indeed was a meeting between herself and the president. But do we know what was the makeup of that particular meeting? Was there, in fact, any sense that she was admonished for her open letter?
In essence, we can never truly know whether she was truly admonished or not, but we do know that they did meet in the president's residence in Cape Town. They did have that particular meeting. Minister Sisulu goes further to say that she received a call from the president again yesterday on these particular matters, and we don't truly know. But judging from the statement that was issued out by the presidency and by the minister in the presidency, Motupungubele, and saying that they stick with their statement that the minister was admonished, one can simply say that it's their word against the minister's word. It's the president's word, it's the minister in the presidency's word, and against the minister of tourism's word of whether she was truly admonished or not. But what we do know is that divisions have been sharpened. You go back to the interviews that our political editor Mzwandile Mbete had with ANC NEC member Tony Yenge and also the interview Mbete had with Ronald Ozilamula, where the two ANC NEC members spoke from two different points of perspective. Remember, in the ANC in the olden days, they would have this particular attitude, particularly amplified by the on leave Deputy Secretary General Jesus Duarte. One voice, multiple voices.
Yeah.
This time around, it seems as if it's many voices, different messages. It's no longer multiple voices, one message. They are highly divided political organizations. In many characterization of the ANC, many people would say that it's two organizations in one, with Lindiwe Sisulu allegedly and seemingly spearheading the RET faction of the African National Congress as a person whom that RET faction may seemingly lean towards as they go to their 55th national conference in December. And those like Ronald Lamula, whom have come out openly to say Cyril Ramaphosa needs to come back for a second term as ANC president. And you've also got other ANC leaders like Paul Mashatile, the acting Secretary General, say he wouldn't mind ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa getting a second term. We did speak to other NEC members who are saying that the ANC is simply tearing itself apart, and that there are some who are so desperate to lead the ANC that they would go to extreme lengths to make sure that they are the chosen candidates to lead the opposing faction within the African National Congress, and others simply pledging their allegiance to the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa, no matter how weak as a president he may come across to his political detractors within the governing party, precisely if he does not act against Minister Lindiwe Sisulu. Some were even going as far as to saying you need a decisive president like former President Mbeki, who fired the deputy president of the country on allegations of corruption.
All right, Samkele Maseko, let's leave it there. No doubt you'll be keeping an eye on this moving story for us, and we'll certainly all be keeping an eye too to see where it all ends up. Thanks very much. That is Samkele Maseko.